What's going on, everyone? Shane here with Vulgar Display Gaming, coming at you for a show review with KNAC about the Metal Legion show that took place January 21st at the House of Blues at Anaheim that coincided with NAMM 2026, as the show does every year. And if you don't know who Metal Legions are, it's a metal supergroup, and the main core members are Dave Ellison of Megadeth, Mark Mengi of Joe Satriani, he's also the founder of the group, Alex Skolnick of Testament, and Mike Portnoy, the legendary drummer of Dream Theater. First off, I want to start with my frustration I had, which was the doors were listed at 7, and I got there at 8, thinking that the first band would go on, but apparently they were on the second band by the time I got there. Kind of weird, usually bands start an hour after doors. The other bands were Lost Legacy and Red Rain, which I only caught like the last song of Red Rain. Because of that, I missed the first band entirely. However, I did catch the third band, and honestly, I'm still scratching my head about them. A younger thrash band, Chain Saint. They're not bad. Still, I can see they've got room to grow, and it'll be interesting to see how their musicianship develops from here. I'm still kind of lost on how they're getting big so fast, but hey, that's the scene sometimes. Something catches on, or a label sees that they can market them as a young thrash band and go from there. So more power to them. I'm happy to see younger bands step up. Either way, because it was NAMM and I was a photographer taking pictures, everybody's outlet was there covering it. There was literally 30 photographers on Chain Saint alone. You couldn't move without bumping into somebody to get a shot. It was ridiculous. But when it came time for the Metal Legions part of the show, the main band, which was, we were split into groups of 10. I was in the third group, and I got to be up there for some killer moments with Troy Sanders of Mastodon and William Duvall from Alice in Chains up on vocals. That's exactly what this show was about, though. Just different artists coming out to jam because everybody's in town for NAMM. You had Phil Demmel from Violence and Kerry King there. You had Elisa Whiteblues from Arch Enemy. You had Doc Coyle from God Forbid and Bad Wolves. Everybody's in town for this, and I believe this is like the 12th iteration of doing this. I've been to about 5 of them, if I remember. And they actually debuted new music this year, the first since 2018, with Black Horizon, which they played live, and it's a song sung by William Duvall of Alice in Chains. But speaking of the show itself, the set list was just a metal mashup of originals and absolute classics, you know. You had, they played Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy with William Duvall on it. They paid tribute to Ace Frehley with Shock Me by Kiss. You had Chuck Billy and William Duvall teaming up for that. Then you had, they brought out Andreas Kisser, and they did Roots Bloody Roots. You had Troy Sanders do Hangar 18 and Whiplash. You had John Bush do Purgatory. They did a Testament song because half a Testament was there. They did More Than Meets the Eye. They also brought out Becky from King Diamond. She was the bassist. She was on that. That was killer. But it was just everybody paying tribute to their favorite songs and playing their own, which was sweet. They closed out the night with Crazy Train, where everybody came out on stage and just jammed. And it was awesome just seeing everybody up there. It was just a packed stage, as you can see. So again, if you're ever in town for NAMM, make sure you catch this show. It's an absolute blast. You get to see legendary musicians all hanging out and having a good time. They don't just play metal, they celebrate the whole damn thing. So everybody, stay heavy, stay up to date for all things metal on KNAC.com and right here on the channel. See ya.